Welcome to Auto Big 8, the channel where technology, power, and precision meet in the skies and on the road. If you're passionate about the latest in military aviation, defense strategy, and cutting-edge combat machines, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our high-intensity updates. In today's episode, we dive deep into a high-stakes aerial dance that's making headlines across Asia and the world. The skies over the East China Sea once again became the center stage for military posturing, precision flying, and an ever-growing tension between two powerful nations, China and Japan. Chinese fighter jets were recently reported tailing Japanese Air Self-Defense Force patrols in extremely close proximity, leading to what military analysts have described as close enchiladas, or a series of dangerously tight encounters that could have easily spiraled into confrontation. But what really happened in those skies? Why are Chinese jets so aggressively intercepting Japanese aircraft? And what does this mean for global military dynamics, especially with the increasing pressure around Taiwan and disputed territories? Let's break it all down piece by piece, plane by plane, and strategy by strategy. We're not just telling you what happened, we're going under the hood to show you how these aircraft operate, what they cost, and what's at stake. According to sources within Japan's Ministry of Defense, a routine patrol mission conducted by Japanese F-15 Jules Eagles was intercepted by multiple Chinese aircraft, including the Chengdu J-10 and the Shenyang J-16. These aren't random flybys. These are calculated, deliberate tails that get dangerously closey, sometimes within visual range of a cockpit handshake. Let's start by taking a look at the F-15 Jules, a twin-engine all-weather air superiority fighter based on the American F-15C. Japan's version is manufactured under license by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. With over 200 units in operation, the F-15 Jules is the backbone of Japan's air defense fleet. The price of a modernized F-15 Jules, including radar upgrades and extended avionics capabilities, can climb up to $125 million per unit. These jets are not just flying weapons, they are sensor-packed platforms with long-range engagement capabilities. Their APG-63 radar systems can lock onto targets beyond visual range, and their maximum speed clocks in at Mach 2.5. On the other side of this tense aerial dance, we have the Chengdu J-10, China's single-engine multi-role fighter. Dubbed the Vigorous Dragon, the J-10 has been upgraded with AESA radar, integrated electronic warfare systems, and compatibility with PL-15 long-range missiles. The J-10C is more affordable, roughly priced around $40 million per unit, but make no mistake here, China produces them in high numbers, and their performance is nothing short of impressive in tight encounters. Accompanying the J-10 in this encounter was the more fearsome Shenyang J-16, a heavy fighter modeled after the Russian Su-30. The J-16 boasts powerful engines, a long combat range, and a diverse weapon payload. It's designed for deep strike missions and air superiority roles, and it carries a price tag of approximately $75 to $85 million per unit. When these aircraft get close in contested airspace, tensions rise instantly. Pilots have to remain calm, but the rules of engagement are often vague, especially in international airspace where both countries claim different interpretations of air control zones. One wrong move, a missile lock-on warning, or a sudden dive can escalate into an international crisis. Military analysts call these encounters aerial brinkmanship. It's a dangerous game of cat and mouse that's played not just with speed and maneuverability, but with national pride and strategic signaling. According to reports, the most recent incident took place over the East China Sea, just outside the Senkaku Islands are known as Diao in China. These islands are administered by Japan but claimed by China. This makes the surrounding skies a permanent hotspot. When Japan sends patrols, China responds with intercepts. When China flies in formations, Japan scrambles jets. It's a cycle that's becoming routinier and alarmingly aggressive. Japanese radar stations on Okinawa were the first to detect the inbound Chinese aircraft. As per protocol, the Japanese Air Self-Defense Force scrambled two F-15 Jules fighters from Naha Air Base to intercept and monitor the intruding aircraft. Eyewitnesses on the ground reported sonic booms and contrail spirals, visual evidence of high-speed maneuvering in the upper troposphere. What makes this event more chilling is the video footage later released by Japan's Defense Ministry, showing Chinese jets flying at shockingly close distances to Japanese aircraft to less than 100 meters in some frames. That kind of proximity is dangerous, even for seasoned fighter pilots. Jets at that range have limited reaction time, and with speeds approaching Mach 1, any miscalculation can be fatal. Chinese state media described the intercept as a routine air patrol in China's Air Defense Identification Zone, ADIZ, a zone that overlaps with Japan's own declared ADIZ. The overlap is the source of constant dispute, with both sides claiming legal justification for their presence. China's military doctrine emphasizes assertiveness in defense of territorial claims, and these jet tailings are seen as a projection of dominance. Meanwhile, Japan, backed by a defensive military posture and a security alliance with the United States, maintains that these patrols are essential for national sovereignty and early warning against incursions. Let's now talk about the operational readiness and cost of maintaining such air fleets. Japan spends approximately $50 billion annually on defense, with nearly $10 billion dedicated to its air self-defense force. This budget funds aircraft maintenance, pilot training, radar networks, and aerial refueling programs. China, on the other hand, allocates over $230 billion per year to defense. Its air force has rapidly modernized, incorporating stealth fighters like the J-20, and advanced support aircraft including KJ-500UC planes. The scale at which China operates allows it to keep constant pressure on regional airspace without exhausting its fleet. In the latest encounter, Japan claims that one of its F-15JS was tailed for nearly 40 minutes by a J-10, performing parallel flight and mirror maneuvers, a technique that increases psychological pressure on the pilot being followed. What is the goal of such encounters? Some say it's strategic deterrence. Others argue it's a test of response times, radar coverage, and pilot discipline. From a psychological warfare perspective, it sends a message: we're watching, we're near, and we can get closer if we want. The US has responded to these developments cautiously. While reaffirming its alliance with Japan, Pentagon officials have urged both nations to exercise restraint and avoid escalations. However, American reconnaissance drones and naval surveillance planes continue to monitor the area regularly, adding yet another layer to the already complex picture. If we zoom out and look at this from a macro-strategic level, what's happening isn't just a border issue. It's part of a broader contest for air superiority in East Asia. As China expands its influence over the Taiwan Strait and South China Sea, Japan finds itself increasingly under pressure to modernize, expand, and respond faster. This means more advanced jets, newer missile systems, and bigger investments in cyber and space-based surveillance. Already, Japan is in talks with the UK and Italy under the Global Combat Air Programme, GCAP, to co-develop a sixth-generation fighter jet, expected to take flight in the 2030s and likely to cost upwards of $180 million per unit. Meanwhile, China is not slowing down. With the J-20 stealth fighter now in active service, the nation is moving toward mass production of fifth-generation aircraft, integrating AI systems, and even testing drone swarms for future aerial warfare. So, what can we expect next? More close encounters, more military spending, and more technological arms races in the sky. The days of long-range, impersonal missile exchanges are being supplemented by high adrenaline, pilot-to-pilot duels just beyond the borders of what any nation can truly control. In conclusion, these close enchiladas between Chinese and Japanese jets are more than just fleeting snapshots in international news. They are high-risk indicators of a shifting world order, where precision flying, political maneuvering, and aircraft performance collide sometimes literally in the skies above disputed territory. The cost of each aircraft involved is staggering. The political costs, however, could be even higher. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to AutoBig8, and turn on the notification bell. Leave a comment and let us know, do you think these close aerial encounters will eventually lead to direct confrontation, or will diplomacy hold the line? Until next time, stay alert, stay informed, and keep your eyes on the skies.